Second speaker for the opposition.
Hello. I'm going to be starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. We think that proposition fails this debate and doesn't actually prove the whole point of this motion when they fail to realize the fact that when you actually don't have tariffs, especially in newly emerging economies, none of their harms nor their benefits even manifest in the first place, right? Because I think another thing we have to recognize is that tariffs are not just about Trump and about the United States, but it's basically essentially necessary for so many countries, especially newly emerging economies, to actually develop their industries and become a player in the global stage, right? We have one argument to present to you today, right? It's basically about how it basically removes the country's reliance on other countries for goods by developing their specialized industries and specialized manufacturing, right? How does this especially happen? We think that it happens especially in newly emerging economies and these other disenfranchised nations by basically giving them a chance to grow their specialized industries. This looks like the fact that consumers now have a propensity to buy from these manufacturers and these local industries instead of looking to foreign manufacturers, which will instead siphon money off to these foreign countries instead of keeping it in their local economy and improving the state of living of their own people in their own nations, right? We think that secondly, right, it creates jobs and it creates new opportunities for people who are in the economy. This looks like people actually developing raw material industries, right? It looks like people being able to bring in manufacturers from other countries to actually come into the nation, right? Because obviously having manufacturing in such a lucrative economy is good for a company, right? I think lastly, this just looks like the fact that companies such as Apple, companies such as Microsoft, right? They now have an incentive to come to these countries and build their own manufacturing facilities because these tariffs exist, right? And with that, I've never been prouder to oppose. Thank you. Bye.